Really, really proud of our team. That's a really good West Virginia team, and really proud of the way that we just competed. We talked before the game about making choices and make the choice to compete, make the choice to play in front of the fans, make the choice to be the best version of yourself. And I thought we did that today, and lucky we made one more. Sorry, come on, guys, come up here. Come on, hurry up. These people are working. Let's go. Come on. Sorry. No, I'm not sorry that way. Come on, come up with Grandpa real quick. So, big win for our team. Ends a losing streak, and lots to smile about today.
Ashley, at this point, how good do you feel going to the free throw line late in the game during important situations?
I'm pretty comfortable. Just tell myself every time I get up there, just like in practice. I mean, we shoot so many, so you just get used to shooting them, and you know you got to knock them down, so you just relax and shoot them.
How much does it help having, at this stage, so much experience being in that exact type of situation so much?
Yeah, it helps a lot just to be able to know that we've been in this situation before and we've had the opposite outcome. So we know that we have to stick together and keep playing hard, and we got it done tonight.
In what ways, in not having Kristen, like in what ways did that affect your game today?
I mean, it just made it a little tougher, but Inez stepped up a lot, and I think she did a really good job of getting stops and being offensively effective.
How much did it mean to have Inez kind of up and ready for that? I mean, she's been great on the offensive end this season, and obviously when Kristen went down, it was much needed.
Yeah, she did a great job tonight. But just having her out there, playing hard, getting rebounds, being effective on both ends, I think she did a really great job, and that helped us out a lot.
They were pretty physical with you today, especially on the block. How do you kind of work through that and maintain your composure as well as you do?
I don't really think about it, I guess. You just go out there and play. So if they take something away, there's always a counter move, so you can kick the ball out, move somewhere else, kind of play off of what they're doing.
Any more questions for Ashley?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bill, what were those last few seconds like for you as you were kind of working through it and the explanation there at the end?
Obviously after what happened last week, you're a little worried about what's going to happen, but you just wait and wait for them to make the explanation. It's one of those, you're kind of helpless, but wait, and luckily this time the outcome was a little bit different.
How important did this game feel with your team and West Virginia both fighting for a potential NCAA tournament spot?
No, I think it's a big game in a lot of ways. Obviously, we're in a league where a lot of teams are beating each other up, and one of the things that this team has always talked about is who can you sweep and who can you avoid being swept by. And when you get to this point, you're just trying to string some stuff together. I think the initial thought is, can you get into the top 6 in the conference tournament? I think this team is achieving a lot of good things. And when you've lost 3 games in a row, and that's what I tried to explain to them. That's the way life is, 12 days ago, everyone's writing about, oh my God, look at what they're doing. And yesterday they're writing about, oh my God, look what they're doing. I mean, that's the world we live in. And the toughness of our team, and without Kristen, you just got to find a way sometimes. And luckily, the magic of Hilton kind of got us through, and somebody else got us through too.
Would you tell them during that last timeout before, West Virginia's final possession?
They didn't have a timeout to advance the ball, so we wanted to pick up full court. We were going to line up outside the three-point line, told them if you get beat off the bounce, don't worry about it. Switch everything. We wanted to take a foul early because we had a foul to give, which we didn't do, and I think Ray even said afterwards, I think she's a little scared after what happened last week. But basically it was just literally stand on the three-point line, one step out. Anything that goes inside, let it go. and just switch everything. So I thought we guarded it great. I mean, they had to make a tough shot, and luckily they didn't make it.
You said Friday that when Ashley kind of went and tried to take over the game when Kristen went down, it was something you'd like to see, but not really at that moment, and kind of resulted in a tough result. Did you think today that she kind of took over that game, and
No.
were you pleased with it, I guess?
No, Ash took over the game. It was kind of I'm not a huge NBA guy. I'm not one of the 19 NBA fans that Brent Bloom talks about. But it's kind of like end of the game, get the ball to your best player, make a play. And we had a couple shots that weren't probably the best ones as the shot clock went down. But I thought, we told Ash attack, get to the free throw line if she could. And then I thought, to her credit, Inez played like a senior. And I was really proud of her. She's really struggled lately, and her and I have had some difference of opinions on a few things. But she's an amazing person, an amazing kid, and her stat line today was exactly what this team needed and exactly what a senior at Iowa State should do. And it was great for her.
Having lost the last 3 games, could you sense kind of a sense of urgency?
Yeah, well, I mean, I think every coach will tell you hope there's a sense of urgency every game, which obviously is not the case. But yeah, I think there is that because no one wants to be, you don't want to just kind of limp to the finish line. You don't want to be a team that loses consecutive games. It's just one of those things. You just want to show up and like I said, I told the kids before the game, we talked a lot about choices and make the choice to be the best version of yourself. And I always tell them, last thing I tell them is when you walk up the ramp, get your head up and think about the future. And I told them, I said, when you walk up the ramp today, the choice you made was a good one, and the choices that you will make ahead of you can still impact something. Who knows where it goes, but you have that right to do that. And that's what we try and discuss on a daily basis, not just on game day.
You even worried when Ashley's going to the free throw line late in the game like that?
No, I'm not really worried. It's I should say, I think you're always worried because your mind is going through miss one, make one. You're always, if you're doing your job, which hopefully I'm doing, you're looking ahead. You're not really paying attention to, I'm sort of a fan, but they're thinking ahead. But we all have moments and kids and situations and where who do you want at the line? Who do you want in your life that's going to be there for you when you really, really need it? In this team, it's Ashley Jones. So if you said to me, Ashley Jones is going to shoot 2 free throws to win or lose every game, I'm in. Let's go. And whatever happens, happens. But I think and she wants to be there. Some kids sort of want to be there. She wants to be there, and she accepts the responsibility of, if I make it, I'm supposed to. If I miss it, I'll do it again. And that's a great thing. It's a great skill that is not talked about enough.
How do you know she wants to be in that situation?
I've asked her a couple times, and we call plays or whatever, and it's she kind of reminds me of some of our former players, Megan Taylor, Tracy Gahan. I say something to them, and they look at me like, just give me the ball, please. Quit overthinking this. And she's kind of got that mentality. Allison Lacey had it, and Bridget Carlton had it. Some people have that it thing, like just I'm willing to take the responsibility. If I miss the shot and we lose the game, I'm good with it. A lot of kids they're playing like Callie. They're playing hide and seek. They don't want the ball. And I think with Ash, if you don't give her the ball, she's mad. So we'll just keep giving her the ball.
You said you've asked her kind of about that situation?
Yeah, I've asked her a bunch of times. And
What do you kind of ask her?
I'm like, are you willing to take that, understand you're going to have to take a tough shot because everyone's going to guard you. You're not a decoy. And again, she just like, okay, yeah, like that's my job. Like it's almost like she's insulted that I'm even asking the question. But I think you have to ask that question because you don't want to put a kid in a bad spot, and you want to do it and put them in the best position possible. And they guarded her really well, but she got enough of an opening to get to the basket.
You kind of touched on it, but your best players have kind of always been that way, right? I mean, they wanted the ball. I'll win the game, I'll lose the game, but whatever,
Yeah.
I'll do it again next time.
No, Chuck, you're right. They always have, and that's what the great ones do. We're blessed to have a wall at Sukup of some of the best players that have ever played at Iowa State, and you could probably go right down the road with all of them and say that's a skill set. It's not just pass, catch, shoot, rebound. You got to have something different in your DNA to be that person. They all want to be that person, or they say they want to be that person. Not all of them are that way. And we've been really lucky to have enough where we've won, more than our share of games.
Where do you think Ashley is at this point in her career in comparison to where like Bridget or Allison Lacey were?
She's growing into it. I mean, she's finishing a sophomore year. It'll be statistically, it'll be one of the best years in Iowa State history. I think the thing about an Allison Lacey, a Bridget, a Stacy Freeze, and Angie Ueli, we could sit here all night. I don't want to leave out anyone. Is there's numbers and there's skills and there's stats, but what are you doing to impact success of the team? Bridget was player of the year last year because she was the best player in her league and our team won games. Ashley Jones has got to make that next step. When you look at all the great players, they can put up a lot of numbers, but the number one number you better put up is W's. And you can look at any sport. I'm a huge baseball guy. There's not many guys are MVP in baseball who play on the last place team. I mean, that's Ash's next role is how do I lead and bring these other kids with me? And she'll be playing next year with a lot of people that she played with this year and who are ahead.
Do you have an update on Kristen?
Just really sore. It's one of those things where if you've ever had a bad back, she felt really good today, but not good enough to play. So I'm not hiding anything. It's a day-to-day thing. We're just hoping that she can play Tuesday, but with the quick turnaround, I don't know. But no way she could have played today. No way. So hopefully we'll get some work out of her Sunday and Monday, and we'll see if she can go Tuesday.